So earlier today, President Trump got into a little bit of a fight with Democratic leaders Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer. Now, this happened over the funding for the border wall, which, hey, what wasn't Mexico supposed to pay for the wall? I happen to remember somebody talking about how Mexico would pay for the wall. Now suddenly Trump's like, give me the border wall funding, give me $5 billion, or I shut down the government. Now, I've got video of that interaction where things get a little bit testy and where President Trump basically gives the Democrats everything that they could hope for. Take a look.
I think we can agree on is we shouldn't shut down the government over a dispute. And you want to shut it down. You keep talking about it.
The last time, Chuck, you shut it down.
No.
And then you opened it up very quickly. And
20 times.
I don't want to do what you did.
20 times you have called for, I will shut down the government if I don't get my wall. None of us have said.
You want to know something?
You've said it.
Okay, you want to put that on
You've
my...
said it.
I'll take it.
Okay, good.
You know what I'll say? Yes. If we don't get what we want, one way or the other, whether it's through you, through a military, through anything you want to call, I will shut down the government.
Okay,
absolutely.
fair enough.
And
We
I am
disagree.
proud, and I'll
We
tell you
disagree.
what, I am proud to shut down the government for border security, Chuck, because the people of this country don't want criminals and people that have lots of problems and drugs pouring into our country. So I will take the mantle. I will be the one to shut it down. I'm not going to blame you for it. The last time you shut it down, it didn't work. I will take the mantle of shutting down. And I'm going to shut it down for border
But we
security.
believe you shouldn't shut it down.
Thank you very much, everybody.
Awesome. Oh, you want to shut down the government? Yes, I do. And I'm going to take all the credit for it, even though it's deeply unpopular, so I can get a deeply unpopular wall. My God, is he stupid. Which is great. That actually works out really well. Now, here's my analysis, right? So, interesting things about this. So, this meeting, Donald Trump insisted that this be public. Now, the Democrats, they wanted a closed-door meeting. You know why? So they could basically cave to the president and give him some money for the border wall in exchange for some unsubstantiated promise that will likely go unfilled. Right? You know how the Democrats do this, right? President Trump's like, no, I'm going to put on a show in front of the camera, and I'm going to be tough. Well, that ironically put the Democrats in the position of being kind of tough. So that's what's really interesting about this, by trying to make a show of it, and that's what this is about. This is about theater, right? President Trump was only interested in how he looks to his base, how he looks at the cameras. So he's saying, oh, I'm going to be tough. I'll shut down the government. And, I'm going to get that border wall. And we're going to get the funding and make the military do it, which he actually can't. All that is basically fan service, right? Telling his fans what they want to hear. But ironically, on policy, he just made it actually a lot harder for Republicans, for them to get that border wall, since now the Democrats appear to be strong, and Trump said, and he handed them all political leverage in saying that, oh, don't worry, Chuck, I'll take credit for a government shutdown. Oh my God, man, that is awesome. So here's the thing, right? Trump's got the optics thing down to basically please his base, but on policy, he can't get anything done because he's too stupid. He's too stupid to understand how to play the game. And understand that Chuck Schumer is about the weakest person that you could go against when it comes on policy. Chuck Schumer will fold before you even make an offer. And so now Chuck Schumer actually looks strong. And that is amazing. It takes somebody who is so stupid and weak and feckless to make Chuck Schumer actually look strong. That's amazing. So this public spectacle ultimately helps the Democrats. Now, here's the thing. I actually wish the Democrats would be strong on this, right? Be tough. But Schumer's not a fighter. We know that. I've been criticizing Schumer for being incredibly weak. So now, what do the Democrats actually want to do? Well, publicly, they're saying that it's up to Mr. Trump to avoid the shutdown, right? What they say would be a disaster. And look, it would be a disaster, especially politically, for Mr. Trump. Now, they said he's got two choices. Either pass six non-controversial budget measures, right? And extend Homeland Security funding for a year at current levels, or pass one-year extensions for all 7 remaining spending bills. After the meeting, they said, quote, "We gave the president 2 options that would keep the government open. It's his choice to accept one of those options or shut the government down." Again, you have just successfully made Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer look strong. That's hilarious and awesome. But now one of his arguments, of course, is like, well, I'll shut it down because we need border security. Well, we absolutely need border security. No, we don't. Here's the thing. He is doing this to try to fix a problem that we don't even have. Net immigration on actual policy statistics here, real statistics, and that's something that Pelosi's like, well, we can talk about the real statistics behind closed doors. No, how about we have a conversation out in the open? And how about you call it what it is? What Trump is saying is not factual. It is not factually correct. We do not have, tons of immigrants pouring across the border. We don't have drugs pouring across the border. We don't have people with problems, with health problems coming across the border that are contagious. We don't have any of that. Net immigration in the southern border is 0. There are more people leaving this country than coming in. And those who are coming in, ironically enough, those are doing so legally by applying for asylum, which requires that you be physically present in the United States or at a port of entry. So, I'm frustrated, because President Trump is so stupid and so dumb. He makes the Democrats look good, and the Democrats, they didn't even present a counter argument, a counter narrative to what's obvious in Trump's lies. And so that's the thing that frustrates me about the Democrats. But anyway, one more thing here. And again, going back to what he's saying, owning the shutdown. Well, congratulations, Mr. Trump. You just played yourself. I mean, the wall is deeply unpopular. A majority of Americans don't want to waste money on this wall. So you lose on that. And he also loses on the optics of a shutdown by saying, oh, no, don't worry, Chuck, blame me. I want to have a shutdown. Well, congratulations. If we have a government shutdown, and that would, of course, involve Democrats being strong enough. And I have a lot of reservations and a lot of doubts, unless, of course, you can spur them into staying strong on this issue by challenging them. So, activists, this is your time to shine. Go and make sure that Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer do not bend to pressure to fund Donald Trump's border wall. And so far, they're saying, we're not giving 1 cent. We're not going to agree to any of that. And so we need to make sure that they hold on to that promise and don't go into some backdoor meeting and basically give away the farm like they have been doing. And I can cite some examples of Chuck Schumer making deals on, hearing, DACA and things like that, relief for DACA recipients, making deals with Mitch McConnell. Well, Mitch McConnell, basically, as soon as the deal's signed, just laughs in his face. We're still waiting on Mitch McConnell. Well, you know what? Mitch McConnell's never going to honor that deal. Republicans are never going to honor those deals at all. So you know what we do? We don't make those deals. You let Donald Trump, and this is a negotiation tactic, right? Because right now Donald Trump has again shown that he is a terrible negotiator. Oh no, I make the best deals. What are you talking about? No, you don't make any deals. Your deals are terrible, especially for you. But so here's what I say in return. Okay, don't make any deals with Donald Trump. Let the government shut down, and then let him own it until he gives up and signs an extension of government funding. Basically, the thing is that you've got to give Donald Trump enough rope to figuratively hang himself. That's how you win. That's how you beat him. By actually staying strong. And the complication that I see, of course, as usual with bipartisan negotiations is the Democrats, they have this uncanny ability to steal defeat from the jaws of victory. So my message to Pelosi and Schumer is stop. You've got him. You've got him. Don't do anything else. You don't have to play the three-dimensional chess because he's not playing. The guy's playing Go Fish. He has no idea what he's doing. Give him enough rope, and he will basically own himself, because that's what he does. So you're dealing with a stupid person. That's how you deal with Trump on policy. You actually stand strong, and you actually get him to respect you from holding on to your position. And your position is no money for the stupid wall. So, God, Pelosi and Schumer, just stay strong on this one, and do not fund that wall whatsoever. Get Donald Trump to cave. Because believe me, if you do this right, he absolutely will. Hey guys, hopefully you enjoyed that free video. Now I'm going to have to ask you a favor. Between the demonetization and the YouTube algorithm messing around with view counts, etc., we're having a hard time adjusting to the new YouTube reality, which is where you guys come in. See, we have a Patreon, patreon.com/TYTNation, set up to help us rely on you guys, the viewers, instead of big corporate ads. Look, you know the show. You know I'm not in favor of big corporations anyway. So help us transition away from relying on the ad model to pay the bills and sign up to be a patron, patreon.com/TYTNation. That goes a long way to help us keep the lights on. And you guys will know that you're supporting independent progressive media.